Good afternoon. Welcome back to Jonesy Chats Wrestling. Thank you for checking out the video. Welcome back to this July 20th, 2021 review of Monday Night Raw, discussing the key highlights and rants of Monday Night Raw, coming off a fantastic Money in the Bank briefcase pay-per-view. I'm here joined by special guest, the perfect person, Mr. NXT Steve. How are you today, Steve?
Good, man. I've slept today.
You slept. That's good. That's an improvement, mate. Well done. So no place to start better than the beginning. This is the first Monday Night Raw in ages in front of fans, so I was really kind of excited. Show opens up with a big John Cena promo. Really, really good promo for John Cena. This is a guy that makes us excited. Like, makes me personally excited. I think you can see all the real... He's really good with the shoot comments and stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do next. What do you think of his opening promo?
Yeah, exactly what he is, man. He's a great hype guy. He automatically has started building to this feud with Roman at SummerSlam. Starting off with the name calling him an a-hole, telling him that he needs to be knocked down a peg, and then just quoting like all the stuff like it's not if you ask people to tell you you're great, then do you know what I mean? Whereas people should be telling you you're great without you having to ask for it. So yeah, he's brought in to do the right thing here.
I think for me, I'm looking forward to see what Roman's retort is. I think he's going to say John Cena took his toys home. He's never there, that's an easy one though. It's an easy point to score.
Yeah, it's been done before, hasn't it? With John Cena and The Rock. It's a nice sort of dynasty thing where it's gone from Rock to Cena to the Roman kind of thing. So it'll be a good play.
Definitely. Going to go to the next kind of talking point. There was a 6-man tag team match. It's Riddle and the Viking Raiders against the tag team champions, AJ Styles, Omos and Morrison and The Miz. For me, this was an okay match. It kind of felt thrown together. Riddle's kind of there doing nothing while Randy's out, which is unfortunate. What did you make of the 6-man tag and the Viking Raiders? Crucially, have got another tag team title shot next week.
I thought it was a lot better than the one at Money in the Bank. The fact it's taken 2 extra people to sort of raise this bar up. But yeah, it's just like we've said before, they just seem to be lacking with tag teams in this division because of the fact that they had an opportunity at Money in the Bank, lost, and then have had a match tonight that's justified them having a future one. It's really strange booking for me.
We're now going to go on to one of your favourite subjects, Steve. You become an expert at this particular feud we're going to discuss next. This has been going on since June the 7th. We've seen this match 6 times now by the time we saw it again today. This is the Jackson Riker Elias feud. This match was obviously Symphony of Destruction. The positives, we'll get them out of the way. This wasn't a bad match. It was a bit like a hardcore match. Really kind of enjoyed it. I think the negatives are now, I'm just sick of this. This is meant to be a brand new start for WWE in front of fans. They're meant to be holding back stuff until the fans are back. Why are you doing a rematch no one cares about? You know what I mean? What did you think of the match and this 6th time of seeing it?
Yeah, exactly, man. It's how can you have a feud that is so one-sided that it's just unreal? And
Jackson's won every single time.
Every single time. Even the tag match that he had with R-Truth and Elias was teamed up with Cedric Alexander, because that's not the most random teamings up together either, those 4. But like I said to you, I got a feeling that Jackson Riker could be WWE champion within the next 2 years. The way he's being booked, I think Vince has got the impression that he's kind of like a little mini Dave Bautista. And yeah, I just got a bad feeling. To say he's quite controversial. He's had stuff come out previously that he said over the years. I don't think he should be the guy that they should be pushing to be the face of their company. But yeah, unfortunately, I think that's the way it's going.
Do you know it's the way he got crowd noise piped in for him?
Obviously,
that shows you he's getting golden treatment.
Yeah, no
Karrion
one
Kross doesn't get anything. We'll go into that later. Going to go to the comments. Always talk wrestling. Karen and Keith are buried. Yeah, that'll be the main ranting point of this video. So thank you for checking that video. Thank you for your comment. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Martin Carrillo, Raw is still the same. Won't change till the draft. Just watch, guys. Thank you for checking that video, Martin. I hope at the draft it changes, but I haven't got confidence on this booking team at all. Let's go forward then. So we then obviously had sort of another segment. It was Charlotte Flair's royal coronation of winning the belt. It does end up with Rhea coming out. Crucially enough, Sonya Deville does give Charlotte Flair sort of makes her defend the title. What's really good about this segment is the amount of Becky Lynch chants. There's so many, yet Charlotte's playing them down, which is really, really good. So we're going to get Flair versus Ripley again. So this is a WrestleMania sort of match again, or not WrestleMania. Sorry, this is a rematch yet again. What do you make of this, though, Steve? The fact that Sonya Deville, she's meant to be a heel, she helped Charlotte off, like sort of get out of that when she was in trouble, and yet she's going against her now. What did you make of this sort of setup for the match?
I don't know if there's going to be some sort of Adam Pearce being made to lose his job because of Sonya Deville, or
that seems to be dropped. That tension's dropped, mate. To be fair,
that's what I mean. And it's like Sonya's meant to be getting back in the ring, and I think they honestly don't know which way they're going with this storyline at the minute. And say 1 minute Sonya and Adam are on the same wavelength, 1 minute Sonya's behind his back, and yeah, it just honestly doesn't make sense. But as for the rematch, well, after the main event, we all know why this match needed to be made again. But like I said, as long as this wasn't remade for SummerSlam, I'm fine with that.
Definitely. I'm going to quickly go forward. We had another rematch. This is becoming a regular theme of the show. This is a WrestleMania rematch here. It's a non-title women's tag team titles, and it's Natalia Tamina versus Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Reginald. Crucially, the women's tag team champions retain. Reginald gets the distraction. Crucial enough, after we finally get Nia headbutt Reginald. That was a brutal spot. Crucial enough, you're getting that split. What did you make of the split in a Reginald before we go into the next segment?
So the match itself was kind of like a joke because they entered.
It's always a joke with them.
Yeah, they started entering before the commercial break. The match was halfway over, but by the time the commercial break was back, this was basically done just to split them up. And it's been a long time coming, but let's say hopefully Nia and Shayna can get back to winning ways now, and like we can actually sort of invest more time in other people in the women's division instead of these four fighting again and again.
Definitely. I'm going to quickly go forward. So I've got Noob and Co here. Good morning. There's some technical problems on your end. I'm sorry there's some technical problems, Noob. Thank you for checking out the video. I'm sorry if there's an issue here and stuff. Is everything coming through clear, Steve? I know we've had some slight issues besides having to watch Raw.
Yeah, it's fine on my end, yeah.
Okay, no problem. I hope you're getting bruised, Noob. That's fine. I'm going to quick going forward. So we have obviously got sort of aftermath. So the 24/7 roster comes in. It ends up with Reginald doing some flips. He does knit the belt, which is great. Very good move for Reginald. I love the flips. I'm getting Crash Holly vibes here. What did you think of Reginald finally getting a title?
If they book him like Crash Holly, I'll be more excited to watch Reginald.
It'd be fun. I think he's got the skills with the Spider-Man and all this lot.
The parkour, the Cirque du Soleil stuff that he does. Yeah, man, he could actually be really entertaining to watch, and say hopefully they do something more creative with him. He could be sort of a more focus on the 24/7 division because I'm not being funny. It's kind of been sort of put on the back burners of late, really, and we very rarely see it on TV unless it's on Raw Talk.
Definitely. Moving forward, then we randomly get a vignette for Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is on the show tonight. So this is your NXT champion. No 12-week build like the Rhea Ripley or Eva Marie. They just chuck him out there like with a vignette. For me, I thought it's cool to see him, but I thought, why do you not build this up? This is one of your biggest additions from NXT, possibly. I was just shocked that there's a vignette. What did you make of the vignette and the fact it's on the show tonight?
Yeah, like I said, when I first saw it, I thought it was saying next week. But yeah, there's no build-up. It's just he's on the show tonight. I mean, if they anything, why didn't they drop this at the start of the show? Why was it 20 minutes before or anything like that? I think if you'd have dropped it at the start of the show, it would have brought more people in as well. But yeah, it's just very, very strange booking from them.
Definitely. We then had a non-title championship contenders match. I don't know why we have to do this. We've got another rematch. It's Sheamus versus Humberto Carrillo. Curiously enough, Damian Priest is backstage. He's eating a pizza or something. He's not even booked yet again. Ever since Bad Bunny went home, Damian Priest has been so mistreated. For me, I feel really sorry for Damian Priest. Don't really know what's going on there. But crucially enough, Sheamus does destroy Humberto Carrillo. This is just predictable and boring. This is meant to be a new show, yet it's the same thing yet again. I feel like I'm repeating myself week on week with these reviews. What did you think?
Yeah, it's exactly what you said, mate. It's just it's wash, rinse, repeat. And like I said, if it hadn't been for the fact that a career had lost, we'd have had this again next week with Sheamus and Humberto, because obviously they faced each other last week. Sheamus sort of cheated. We had the rematch to see if he got another title shot. And yeah, luckily enough for us, they've booked it that Humberto loses. But yeah, they need to get Damian Priest back on TV, man. He should be the guy pushing for this US title.
I was really thinking it'd be Sheamus and Priest at SummerSlam, but if they're going to start that program, they'll have to do it quite soon. They have to start giving Priest matches, that's for sure.
I was going to say to you, do you reckon they should bring back the LWO?
Oh, that'd be fun. I've heard talk about that.
Gives like these people like Humberto and Lindsay and Grand Metalik something to do.
Raw needs a stable, so I'd be a fan of that. Raw needs some sort of stable, definitely. Man. So as long as a treat better than Retribution, then I'd definitely be a fan of that. Yeah, moving forward, this was a massive talking point coming out of this. So we got the open challenge of Bobby Lashley. I really thought it'd be Goldberg based on everything we've been saying on the channel and what we've heard. Crucially enough, we do get none other than Mr. Keith Lee turn out. So Keith Lee's obviously come back. This is the first Keith Lee match ever since February 8th, where he was able to beat Riddle. Really nice to see Keith Lee there. For me, I thought the match was okay, but this was the wrong match. This is a Keith Lee. You should have built this guy up. This is a guy you've just chucked away. This is a money match you've given away for free. Keith Lee couldn't beat Bobby Lashley. That was obvious. And for me, I just think this was a shit debut. Keith Lee, for me, this is a guy that's beating Randy on a payback when he first came up to the main roster. Why are you giving him, in this situation, a match he can't win? It just was really, really utter shit booking. I'm sorry to swear, but it is. It's a joke.
It just proves that the NXT roster isn't booked well when it comes up. Like, it's as if NXT doesn't mean diddly when it comes to these wrestlers. Because Keith Lee is an NXT and North American champion. He was a dual.
Shit. That might as well be the same as the
24/7 champion. Yeah, exactly. It just means nothing, man. And say, yes, I'm happy he's back on TV. Does this mean he'll be on TV consistently? Probably not, because it's WWE. We probably won't see anything of him now until probably maybe the Rumble. Yeah, I think it's just this was a fan service episode just to get. I looked at the roster tonight, and all apart from 12 members of the male roster on the TV, and all apart from 2. I said the men's roster: Garza, Bray Wyatt, Cedric Alexander, Grand Metalik.
Ricochet wasn't there either, was he?
Yeah, Kofi, Mace, Ricochet, Riddick Moss, Shelton Benjamin, T-Bar, and T-Bar, Titus O'Neil, Xavier Woods were the only ones not to be on the show tonight. And then from the women's division, Aliyah and Oscar, aside from Becky and Lacey, are on maternity leave. This was literally just a fan service show done to stack the show and put as many people on TV, because we don't normally get that many people on the show.
I've got to put it out there. This is a Keith Lee previously. He's beat Riddle. He's beat Sheamus. He's got a couple wins over Sheamus. This is a guy that was beating people originally before he went missing for a while. I think for me, it was the wrong person. It should have been Xavier Woods in this spot. I'm sorry. What was the point of Xavier Woods beating Bobby Lashley last week? Was that just for the sake of it? Was that just to make Lashley look weak? Let's move forward though with this, Steve, because I could talk about that subject all day. I don't really want to do it. Out next, we had Goldberg. This is obviously long awaited. Massive parts of Goldberg. Great to see. So this is your SummerSlam Raw title match. For me, I'm excited to see it. It'll be an okay match as long as Lashley doesn't lose. But I did get that feeling that we've been cheated. Like I was expecting Brock Lesnar. You don't go to a store, ask for a PS5, and then get given a PS4, do you? Let's be fair. That's the downgrade. No offense to Bill Goldberg, Lashley and Lesnar would have been a much better match. What do you make of this upcoming match and Goldberg's big return here?
The match should be fine. Like we've said before, that there was more. I think there was audio piped in for Goldberg. I can think the chance, like the Goldberg chance, some of it might have actually been genuine, but. Like you said, everyone wants Brock, but I think Brock is the Mania match. It makes more sense. Mania's the biggest event of the year. You want the biggest star-studded lineup for the year. So putting Brock on SummerSlam, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something to do with pandemic or whatever, why Brock's not appearing on WWE TV. But yeah, I can see him holding out for Mania with that one. That's if Bobby's even going to hold it till Mania.
I'm going to go to the comments. Martin Correa has made some great points here. I can't believe Keith Lee got destroyed by Lashley. Now he's getting nowhere to get in. Being a contender to the title now. Well, no, he isn't. Why didn't they just do a vignette? Why didn't they build him up for 3 or 4 weeks? You know what I mean? It's just like you throw stuff in the bin. Like we're going to carry on this subject of ranting. I'm afraid this video, when we get to the next part, like Karrion Kross, which is coming soon, that will be maybe the biggest rant ever on the channel. I've got to say it. Like I'm sure. I don't want to bore you guys with ranting, but it has to. I'm afraid I'm going to say how I feel. I hold back too much in these videos. When WWE really certain things is so frustrating. It's a fan service episode. It was mixed last night. I agree. There's some good stuff. The John Cena stuff was good, but you're meant to be getting the fans back. As I said on the last video, unfortunately, where we had technical issues off air, this was the one chance. You got fans watching the product that don't bother watching the show. Loads of people have gone away. They've given up on Raw. And this is the one show where you got a buzz because the fans are back and John Cena's there. So all these extra eyes in the product, yet you're putting out rematches and really questionable stuff. You know what I mean? It's just, what are they trying to do here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to go forward with this as well. So we then obviously had our next kind of segment. It was basically a match, and it ended up actually wasn't even a match, was it?
No,
it was a segment based in it. We do have a segment with the Jinder Mahal, Veer and Shanky. They're doing a karaoke. It's a happy birthday celebration, basically, or whatever it is. And then, crucial enough, obviously Drew McIntyre attacks them all. Shanky takes about 20 shots, like he's bloody at the head and stuff. This is good from Drew. He's not telling stories, but I felt sorry for Shanky. What did you think of it?
For me, this was the best segment of the night. You had Jinder come out, tell him how basically do loads of what is it as well recently? They're doing all this recap stuff from previous pay-per-views and all this kind. There was one earlier on the night from who was it? Someone from like a 2015 pay-per-view. Oh, Jeff Hardy, I think, when he come out. And it was like there was a photo of him winning the WWE title from 2015. And they've done it all weekend. I'm like, what is this? But yeah, apart from that, this segment I thought was great. Jinder come out. He's the bad guy. He basically slanders Drew. Drew comes out with a steel chair. He gets a 20 count with a steel chair thanks to the crowd chiming in with that one, which was perfect. And this is the best way to rebook Drew. Take him away from the main event scene, and he's now against the heel. And like I said, the crowd was so behind him last night, which was the perfect way to rebook him.
Definitely, I agree. I think it's sensible. I'm excited to see the SummerSlam match. I think it was a great move to do. And the fact he's not doing stories, going back to the Drew we like in terms of just brutality, that's kind of good. But yeah, great move. I enjoyed it. Let's go to the next part. This next part isn't going to be positive, I've got to be honest with you. So probably the worst decision of the year, I think, in WWE. I know you're an NXT guy, but we'll go to it. So randomly, we are getting Jeff Hardy versus Karrion Kross. Jeff Hardy has got his old music back, which is great.
That's the one plus. The one plus of this whole thing.
Crucial enough, Karrion Kross comes out. There's no Scarlet, there's no smoke, there's no nothing. He just comes out. He looks like the wrestler we've seen on main event. Like, it's not even really unrecognizable to see what we NXT. Crucial enough, he doesn't really do anything. Then he gets rolled up and pinned by Jeff Hardy. So that's however many years of being unbeaten on NXT, not losing to anybody, beating Finn Balor, beating whoever in the bin. This is meant to be the guy you're meant to be pushing. This is your NXT champion. What is the NXT title? It's worthless now. We got to watch NXT tonight. It's a total utter shit show. It's a mess, man.
It makes the NXT roster look completely a joke. It makes it look like Karrion Kross is meant to be this almighty and like this reigning dominant displaying champion that no one can beat. He's beaten the likes of Kross. He's beaten the likes of Kyle O'Reilly. He's beaten the likes of Johnny Gargano. And you've got him losing in a roll-up to Jeff Hardy in, 3 minutes? Because I'm not being funny. This just literally completely destroys the NXT roster. I mean, I bet you there was NXT roster members watching this last night just going, what, are we just nothing? Are we absolute trash? Does the work we put in not count for anything? It was so unbelievably dumb. And then I went back and checked his Pro Fight DB. Since he's been in WWE, he's lost one match on TV, which was a tag match with Balor, which led to the split between, which led to the inevitably Bella versus Kross for the NXT Championship.
Let's be clear. Sorry to interrupt you. Let's be clear though. This is a Jeff Hardy lost to Veer 2 weeks ago on WWE main event. Jeff Hardy's lost to Veer. This isn't Karrion Kross losing to somebody that's on the up. He's not losing to Riddle. He's not losing to somebody on the up. You know what I mean?
This is building to my point though, right? The only match he's lost was a tag match because it led to a title match between him and Balor. And then from his pro fight, he lost to Drew Gulak on a dark match. This guy means absolutely shit. According to Vince McMahon, you've had him lose a dark match to Drew Gulak, who can't get out of your 24/7 scene, and Jeff Hardy, who barely even matches really, barely even wrestles really because of so many injuries that he has and all this kind of stuff. This was an absolute joke, man. You're telling me it's going to be Karrion Kross versus Jeff Hardy at SummerSlam? That is an absolute joke.
What about the Samoa Joe feud? That's kind of that. You can't take it with any seriousness, can you? You can't take it with any credibility. And the fact he's missing Scarlett, the fact he's there. This is a guy that's beat Finn Balor twice. He's beat Damian Priest. He's beat Keith Lee. This is a guy that's looked unstoppable. You wouldn't have seen Goldberg back in the day lose to, I don't know, even to Guerrero, would you? You wouldn't have seen that. You know what I mean? What the fuck is going on with WWE? I think this is just really, really bad. I get it's great to see him there, but for me, I think worst move of the year by WWE.
All his mystique's gone though. As soon as when he walks in, he's got no smoke, no nothing, and it was like the guy is NXT champion. He's basically your third biggest champion, and you've treated him like he's nothing. It's like almost as if like he's fresh in the company. He's got no pyro, no smoke, no mirrors, no lasers, no nothing like that. He's literally jobber. He's losing to Jeff Hardy, man. I'm so irritated by this.
Do you not think though, like it just shows like sort of WWE have got no care. The fact they don't even pipe in crowd noises. The crowd didn't. It's like the crowd didn't know who he was, and yet he's not getting any extra. And the fact that Martin Carrillo made a great comment here: how can babyface such as Jeff Hardy even use the ropes to win? What the heck? Kross losing a random Raw was just garbage, and his entrance felt so bland. Yeah. So you're expecting me to go and watch NXT tonight? I don't give a shit now because I think ultimately that's your championship. This is what Vince McMahon thinks of the NXT title. This wasn't somebody else who's just coming up from NXT. This is your world champion that doesn't lose.
Yep.
It's just absolutely shambolic, mate.
Yeah.
Enough of the ranting. We've got one here from Niba Go. I have to agree that there's no people who haven't seen last night's Oscar just appeared. The W Universe back to USA Network's Twitter. Going to do the last kind of parts of the show then. So we then obviously had this Alexa's Playground. This was right after. The timing of this couldn't be any worse. And as you said on our review of the pay-per-view, Lily's back.
Yep.
What are they doing? I'm not being. This is one of the things they had the genius the other week and foresight to get rid of it. They knew the fans were crapping it. Conveniently, they take the fans' noise away so nobody can boo.
Yeah, exactly. I actually forgot about that.
It's just the total shambles. And you got even redo drop is fine at that. But what do they want us to see? This is meant to be serious. This is meant to be brand new stuff. Yet you're bringing back the worst thing that was one of the worst things of the year. Like this is one after segment after another. So we've gone from a couple of positives to absolute hell. In like sort of the space of an hour.
5 minutes. I'm going to say 5 minutes, not even an hour, 5 minutes. You've gone from Jinder and Drew booking a feud that needs to be seen to Karrion Kross losing and now Lily being back. And it was like, I really don't understand the booking and the creative with this show. I really don't.
Yeah, I think the film with it is just a total joke, really. But I'm going to go to the comments here. I pretty much blame nostalgia because I like the 2000s, but the fans got what they wanted for Jeff Hardy, only to upset the fans. That's a fair point, Noob. You make a good point, but Jeff Hardy isn't a world champion. This isn't 2000. This is 2021, and Karrion Kross is your world champion for NXT. If he was just an opening act and a jobber, if he's Elias, fine. But the fact he's your NXT world champion that hasn't lost a match, this is a whole year's worth of build that Finn Balor's been put to the side, Keith Lee got put to the side, Damian Priest got put to the side. Do you know what I mean?
He destroyed everyone on NXT, and yet Hardy can beat him in 2.5 minutes.
Definitely.
It's just a joke, man.
Okay, got a good one here from Martin Carrillo. Lily, the best heel turn even read by making a trip. Yeah, that's true. as close as you'll get to the rim, probably. Even though she won't even near the rim.
It's so stupid, man. So
I'm
stupid.
Gonna put it out there. Let's cheer it up a bit, make it a bit more lighthearted. Do we think Doudrop's going to follow Alexa and be some sort of servant? I think
to be honest with you, Alexa on her own is fine. Like, I'm getting really good sort of Harley Quinn vibes from her, but I just really, man, I really want to lose this doll. I don't know what is going on with it, man. It's just so bad. It's just unreal. I know your mic's muted in a minute, mate, but yeah, it's just I didn't really enjoy it. No, muted, mate. Your mic's muted. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
that's better. Sorry about that, guys.
There you go.
I'm getting so enraged. My mic's nearly broken, I think, from today. Off the show. So, as we were saying, we've got this Raw main event. Basically, it's a rematch from what we've seen in many months. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. It's an okay match. It's kind of what we expect. Crucially enough, ends with a cheap disqualification. Next thing you know, we get Rhea Ripley get the revenge, and from nowhere, Nikki, almost a superhero, comes in. She catches the briefcase. They wanted Becky Lynch, couldn't get Becky Lynch to do it, but Nikki was a great choice. This was a fantastic way to kind of end Raw. It was exciting. It was something different. And for me, I was a fan of it. I thought this was a saving grace of Raw, really, because it was clever.
Yeah, it was a saving grace. Like, I'm glad a face superstar used it as a momentum cash-in, and she actually come down and did it at the end of the show to say get the win instead of like doing the normal open challenge that faces normally do. It's just a shame that I know I've got this bad feeling in my back that it's been in my back of my mind that it's been done for the wrong reasons. Like I sent you yesterday, there was a report going out. The reason why Nikki's being pushed so well is because Vince
McMahon likes the gimmick, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes the gimmick because he can see the money rolling in off of it, and I really hate it, man, because it's not showing that he likes the wrestler. He just likes the gimmick and likes the idea of making money. But all well to Nikki Ash. Sorry,
she deserves it. Like, I think the fact she wasn't even used on TV for months, and now she's back. She's got a gimmick that's kind of working. I think she deserves it. But for me, I just think it's great, interesting to see Charlotte drop the belt straight away. But I don't know how they're going to get out of this. Whether this is going to be a good reign or not.
A one-day reign for Charlotte is really shocking. But yeah, like I said, it'd be good to see where her story now goes for Nikki Ash.
Before we end the video, let's just kind of get a final score of Raw. For me, I'm going to go for final score. I'm gonna go 5 out of 10. I think the damaging stuff they've done with Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, that was money burnt in the bin. Basically, that was really, really bad. Positive, John Cena. He's not going to be there every week, but he was really good. The ending's really, really good as well. What do you score the show out of 10, mate?
I'm probably going to go less than that, mate. I'm going to go 2. I'm probably going to say I didn't think it was. Yes, it was service to the fans, but of everything I enjoyed, the John Cena promo, Jinder and Drew, and Nikki Ash winning, really, but there was just so much in this show that I felt was a negative, or it was a rehash on what it was done, what happened to Keith Lee. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. No, yeah, I'm going to say 2 out of 10 for me.
Definitely.
Go on.
Sorry, after you.
No, I was going to say, just with Jackson Riker probably being WWE champ within the next 2 years as well. It's not a good show for me.
Definitely. Just going to quickly go to the comments. We've got a couple here just to end the show. Will we see Eva Marie and Alexa Bliss in the SummerSlam match? Eva Marie can't wrestle, so that won't happen. It may be Doudrop. Let's just be clear. I don't think they've got space on the SummerSlam card for that match, Noob, so I don't think it will happen. But thank you for your comment. And Review Geek 3000, thank you for checking out the stream. Is there any comeback from Karrion Kross? Being bred in 2 minutes, same for Keith Lee in 6 minutes. It's such a shame NXT treat like a sub show.
He needs to bury Jeff Hardy in 10 seconds.
He will. It's going to be another feud. It's going to be a program, I believe.
Yeah, but he needs to bury Jeff Hardy in 10 seconds. He needs to come out, hit one move to the back. Do that back of the head forearm move that he does. Just lay Jeff out, pin him 1, 2, 3. That's the only way you'd be able to rectify this now. Is Karrion Kross needs a one-hit KO finish, and that's it. He needs to pin him within 10 seconds. That's the only way I can see him get out of it in a minute.
Definitely. And last one from Martin Carrillo. Nikki will be transitional champ, not even make it to SummerSlam as champion. We'll see. If Becky comes back, I can't see Becky versus Nikki. Definitely not. So maybe a multi-woman match. But got one here from Nubico, 6.5 out of 10, because John Cena's back. The ending satisfying. It's great to see John Cena back, definitely. And the ending of the show was good as well. But the middle part of the show is just... It's meant to be new stuff, but it's Rematch City on the show again.
Yeah, my only thing is with John Cena coming back is it's Raw. He doesn't need to be on Raw. He says that he's going to be on SmackDown on Friday, and I know they're just essentially milking this John Cena cow for all the time and air they can get out of him. But like I said, it wasn't as that good for me.
No problem. So thank you all for checking out the video. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for bearing with us today with the technical issues. As always, if you can, please drop a thumbs up on the video if you've enjoyed it. And as always, please let us know in the comments below if you're watching on demand what you thought of Raw, the good and the bad. And as always, please, if you can, please subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 200 subs. Hope to get there by SummerSlam. We can hope. And as always, thank you for coming on, Steve.
No problems, man.
Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.